Hi YouTube, this is Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com, and today I want to talk to you about getting your skin ready for special events and special occasions. It's October now, and a lot of holidays are coming up, especially in the United States. We'll have Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, a lot of other things. And also in the fall, a lot of families, including my own family, like to take family pictures, especially when the leaves turn and it gets all nice and pretty outside. And I do get asked sometimes in my Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics, how to make sure that the skin looks its best for these opportunities. Let me start with my usual disclaimer. I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a cosmetologist, I'm just somebody who loves Korean beauty and skincare and who's been experimenting with it for several years now. A couple weeks before your special event, make sure you're not introducing anything new to your routine. Even if your skin is not reactive and not sensitive, there's absolutely no guarantee that a new item introduced to the routine wouldn't cause some kind of allergic reaction, redness, irritation, or any number of things. I usually stay on the conservative side and just do nothing new 2 weeks or even sometimes 3 weeks before the special event because I don't want to jeopardize my skin. For fellow people who like to squeeze, pop, and pick at blemishes and blackheads the way that I do, definitely avoid doing that in general, but especially a couple weeks before the special occasion. Not only can you cause more inflammation and more redness, but also sometimes the blemish might heal, but it will leave behind a spot of hyperpigmentation, and that will definitely not go away in 2 weeks. Sometimes it can take months or even years. If you're somebody who struggles with redness and breakouts on a consistent basis, I'd recommend checking out my redness video. And if you have hyperpigmentation, including pigmentation after acne, then check out my hyperpigmentation tips and tricks video. I will put links for everything down in the description box. In addition to not irritating your skin, not picking, and not introducing new products, I'd encourage you to just keep with a very good cleansing routine, which includes a double cleanse, usually so cleansing oil, oil balm, and then a foaming cleanser. Nothing affects my personal skin texture more than poor cleansing routine, and I really got a chance to experience that recently. So I did a no buy or low buy September and August where I didn't buy anything new unless I ran out of something, and I was trying really hard to use up what I had. So I had a few 2-in-1 cleansers, the ones that try to be both a cleansing oil and a cleansing foam. So when I ran out of all of my cleansing oils and cleansing balms, I thought, oh, it's no big deal. I am just going to do these 2-in-1 things and I'll be just fine. And I was fine for a little while, and then I started noticing a lot of closed comedones, whiteheads, and just overall texture wasn't very smooth. And I really do think that that was because I was missing a cleansing oil. This video is not sponsored by any brands. I will just show you what I'm currently using. So right now, I finally got my hands on a new cleansing oil, and I am using this one by Purito. It's their brand new product. It is From Green Cleansing Oil. Just like all of the Purito products, it's EWG certified to only have green ingredients that are non-toxic. And I've been really liking it. I've only had it for maybe a week now, but I've been using it almost daily. And it does work really well, and I can see the difference already in skin texture and the amount of closed comedones, and I can definitely say that I will never skip having a cleansing oil and a cleansing balm on hand. The 2-in-1 products are okay occasionally for trips or busy evenings, but on an ongoing basis, that really didn't work well for me. If you're not a cleansing oil person, or if you just want to try something else, there are also cleansing balms, and I picked this one up. This is Aromatica Orange Cleansing Sherbet cleansing balm. And cleansing balms usually come in a jar. Sometimes they come in a tube, but usually in a jar. They're these thick product that you scoop out either with your fingers or a little spatula. I've been using a little spatula that comes with this, and then it's pretty much used like a cleansing oil, so applied to a dry dirty face with dry clean hands and then massaged and rinsed off with water. I do show how to use cleansing oils in my evening routine video that I will also link down below. And if you're not familiar at all with what cleansing oils do, cleansing oils and balms dissolve oil-soluble impurities, makeup, sunscreen, and help basically to clean your skin much more effectively than just a foaming cleanser alone ever could. Of course, continue your best skincare practices such as regular exfoliation as well as sun protection, regardless of any special events coming up or not. This is just something that is good to do for the best health of your skin. About a week before the special event, or maybe even a week and a half, I try to go ahead and get any hair removal out of the way. So if I am due for a threading or a waxing, if you do that, I prefer threading on my eyebrows. Waxing really breaks me out very badly every time. I think that's just because of my skin type, but sometimes I'll wax the upper lip. So if you have any kind of hair removal on the face to do, then go ahead and get that done a week to a week and a half before, because sometimes even with the best esthetician and the best products, you might have some redness, irritation, or an ingrown hair. I always break out no matter what after threading, and it's usually short-lived and it heals within a couple days, and the effect of having really nice shaped brows is still worth it for me to go through this temporary little breakout, but that's not something I want to deal with on the special event, so that's something I get out of the way at least a week before. I also make sure to do a few extra nourishing masks. Again, nothing new to me, something I already tried and know that it works well for me. Right now I'm really loving the OOZOO moisturizing gold foil mask. I had a pack of 5 of these. They're sold online and I'll put a link in the description box, but I picked these up for a very good price at a local TJ Maxx. The way these work, this is a sheet mask, but a top layer is foil, and that pretty much creates a steam or sauna effect, so it really helps all of the serum in the mask to penetrate really well. And I use these when I sit in the tub, so then all the steam in the bathroom also helps very well, and I've been really liking this, and it does really plump up all of the fine lines and wrinkles, nourishes the skin. And again, we're heading into these cold months where it's cold outside and then dry because of the heat inside, and I just need to take all the extra moisture and nourishments that I possibly can. I already mentioned that regular exfoliation is important, and I typically use either a exfoliating gel or peeling pads once or twice a week depending on what my skin does. With special events, I try to time that exfoliation session to the night before. Again, using something that is A, mild, and also B, familiar to me, so nothing new. I already talked about the peeling gel that I'm currently using in my acids video, and I'm also currently using, or finishing up I should say, these Neogen green tea peeling pads. They're very gentle. Unlike some other peeling pads, these do need to be rinsed off, so they are used after cleansing, and just wipe off the face gently and the neck. There are 2 sides, a gauze side and this embossed side, and you're supposed to use them both, and then rinse the face off. But this is very gentle. It's never caused any issue for me. No dryness, no irritation. It just makes sure that my skin is as prepped as possible for the following day and that the texture is as smooth as possible. If you are somebody who wears makeup for your special occasion or your special event, then you definitely want as smooth and as good of a canvas as possible to ensure good makeup application, and this really helps with that. You could use it the day of if you wanted to, but I prefer to limit the stress of the day and limit the amount of skincare I do the day of, just to save some time. So I do these in the evenings, usually the night before. Sometimes I will do a light mask the night before, and it might be something for pore control or something just simply hydrating depending on what the skin needs. My favorite pore control mask that is non-irritating is again the OOZOO, and the OOZOO is just a great brand. They hold a lot of innovation awards in Korea. They specialize in sheet masks, so anytime I can get my hands on some of the OOZOO masks, I take that opportunity. So they make this Face Bare line. The black one is the pore control, and this blue one is hydrating. So I might use one or the other. And these are really cool. They have the serum in this little pocket, and you basically put pressure on it and release it into the main part of the mask. I talked about these before in my empties video, so I won't go into too many details. I do have a review on my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com, but something light. I don't do very intense moisturizing or very intense nourishing treatments the night before, because sometimes that could cause potentially a clogged or congested skin, or if it's not completely rinsed off the next morning, it could cause the products and makeup to pill, and I don't want that. So I try to make it very simple the day before, the night before, just cleanse, exfoliate, and then something light, something simple, and then maybe a night mask, but not always. The day of the special event, depending on when that event takes place, if it's in the morning or afternoon or evening, I typically do a very basic cleanse, sometimes just a water rinse, depending on what my skin feels like in the morning. And let's pretend that the event I'm talking about is mid-morning. So then I would do just a normal easy cleanse, and then the typical toner and serum, maybe emulsion. Just try to limit the layers. Again, don't want to have the pilling. Always wear SPF, and then makeup. And before I do the makeup, I don't have a lot of this issue, but some people do when they have some early signs of aging under the eyes, and maybe some fine lines, and maybe some dark circles. And applying concealer sometimes to that area, even the best concealer will settle into the creases and just make you look older. One way to fix that, at least temporarily, is to use hydrogel eye patches. And right now I have these Petitfee cooling Agave ones. They are blue in color. I don't want to tip the jar too much because there's liquid in there that will spill. But these are very thin hydrogel patches that are applied right under the eyes, and you can put the thick part toward the nose or toward here, depending on where the problem area is. And you can just keep them on while you brush your teeth. They don't have to stay on for too long, although the longer the better, up to about maybe 20 minutes. And they plump all of those fine lines and wrinkles, and once removed and the essence is patted in and allowed to dry, then the makeup goes on much smoother. And it's a nice trick to kind of fool time and look younger right away. They do have a cumulative effect. They do make everything look better the more you use them, but even just for the day of, they have a nice effect. And the same can be done to the forehead and the nasolabial folds, which are these folds right here. So anywhere that you have maybe some kind of crease or some wrinkle, you can go ahead and put a patch on before doing makeup. If the special event is in the evening, I will usually just do my simple morning routine and SPF, and then before the special event, I might go ahead and just rewash my face and kind of start new, wash all the dust and whatever else accumulated there during the day, just to start with a clean canvas. If it's dark already, which often is the case in the winter, I might not do SPF. That is the only time I probably wouldn't do SPF, to avoid having that extra layer. But other than that, always SPF, and then primer and makeup. Overall, I treat my skin always as if I'm getting ready for a special event, meaning I'm very careful with cleansing and regular exfoliation, sun protection, and I use occasional sheet masks and night masks. I basically want to spoil my skin all the time and treat it like it's something special. And for actual special events, I try to minimize what I do to it, because sometimes less is more, and I have had few but occasional allergic reactions to products. There was a bubble mask that made me very itchy. I've had breakouts, like I've mentioned, from threading, and even a facial at a professional salon sometimes can be stressful to the skin, and the skin will purge, break out, and go into kind of overdrive mode. So my best advice for special event prep would be to take it easy, do the best you can, follow best practices, and then do some of those things that I've mentioned and see how your skin reacts. Thank you for joining me today. If you would like more information or have questions, please leave me a comment below. Visit my Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics, and my Instagram at KBeautyHobbit. I have a lot of reviews on my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com, and I will see you next Saturday. Until then, I hope you're having a wonderful time, and please remember to always listen to your skin.